Hey everybody, Ryan Melville with ArizonaShortSaleTV.com. Sitting here while Coach is behind the camera running everything.
Woohoo!
Wanted to talk to you. I've been wanting to talk a little bit about this, and I tried to film this while I was out in San Diego with some family. It just didn't work out with my 3-year-old pulling at the leg and me sitting at a cliff almost falling over trying to film this. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the buyer consultation that we would like to do here at the office. Be it if you're buying a short sale, I know this is a short sale website, but we handle all aspects of the transaction. A short sale, REO, which is a foreclosure, and you may even find a traditional sale somewhere out there in this market. But I wanted to go over with you a little bit about what we cover in the buyer consultation when we either meet here in our office or over the phone. A lot of our clients are out of state, so you hear me mention over the phone. We prefer to have the meeting here in our office. We have a beautiful location here in Tempe, full conference room. We have the full MLS with the big screen TV. Really allows us to go in and look at each property and narrow it down before we jump in the car and start looking. But a lot of our clients are not located here in Arizona, so the consultation in our office is near impossible unless they want to fly in for a specific consultation to look at some properties, which does happen. But a lot of times when we capture that lead on our website or we get a phone call from, let's say, a Canadian buyer, we'll schedule an appointment. We'll usually take about, it could be anywhere from 30 minutes all the way up to about an hour, hour and a half, really depending on how many questions a client may have. But what we'll do, let's just go into it here. If we're working with a Canadian out-of-state person, somebody who really doesn't know about the Phoenix market or even Arizona, U.S. real estate, let alone Arizona real estate, first thing we really do is we go into the process of purchasing a home, working with a realtor as a buyer's agent, and the difference in agency between a buyer specialist and a listing specialist, on how if you do end up working with a listing specialist, their fiduciary duties may not be 100% with you, and that if you're working with us as one of our clients that has hired us to represent you as a buyer, our fiduciary duty is with you and you only. So I wanted to go over a couple of the questions that we have that come up with some of our out-of-state clients, and the main thing that we go over is the area, not only the process but the area. A lot of clients say they want to be here in Phoenix, but really, what does that mean? Phoenix is big. Does that mean you want to be in Scottsdale? Does that mean you want to be on the outskirts, maybe down in Maricopa, Queen Creek, which Maricopa, Queen Creek aren't even in the Maricopa County district? So a lot of our clients call us saying, hey, we want to buy a home in Phoenix, but what does that really mean to you? What does that look like to you? And that's the main question, is what are you used to up in Canada? What makes you feel comfortable? And that's what we're here for. Me, myself, I'm born and raised here in Phoenix. I've been here over 30 years now. So, excuse me, I know the area very well. And there may be different parts of Phoenix that are more suited for different clients that we have. So that's the main thing with dealing with out-of-state clients. It's the process of buying a home in Arizona, and also the different areas that we're dealing with here in the Phoenix metropolitan area. So now let's go over a local buyer and somebody that, let's say they register, they call us off one of our listings and they're ready to purchase a home. Well, we're going to bring them here into the office off of Warner and the 101 at Keller Williams, and we're going to spend a good hour with this client, and we're really going to start digging down deep on what their needs are, their must-haves, and their wants, because there's a lot of things that everybody wants, and it's very hard to find that house that has every single item that you want. Now, there's homes out there that probably have every item that you need, but our job is to help you decipher between you must have it, you cannot live without it, and hey, it would be nice to get that, but it's not a deal breaker. And then there's also certain cases where if it has this certain aspect of the home, we don't even want it. An example of that may be a pool. People with young children, they may not want a swimming pool for the first couple years of the child's life. So a client may come to us and say, don't show me any properties that have anything of a private pool or an in-ground spa or any sort of potential dangers that could harm our family. So in that process, we're really, like I said, diving down into the wants, the must-haves, and even the stuff that you absolutely do not want. And then we're also spending a lot of time on the process, because right now we're dealing with clients that maybe purchased home 5, 10, 15 years ago when no one ever heard of a short sale, or there were a few foreclosures out there, but for the most part, the purchases, the clients that we're working with today, they're local buyers. They've never experienced the distressed property market like we're experiencing today. So we really have to go in and talk to them about the difference between a short sale and how the time frames can be different if you're going to buy a bank owned, or if we're looking at a short sale, and how that could differ when we're looking at traditional sale and when we're negotiating with the seller. There could be some more emotions involved versus if we're just going to be submitting offers to a bank who could care less about the home. There's zero emotion. It just comes down to basically it's all about the money with REO, and it's different obviously when you're dealing with a traditional sale, and somebody that has a lot of emotion in the house. They've been there for 20, 25, 30 years, and at the same time they're fielding offers, but they're also looking out. They're just probably not going to sell the house to just anybody. They've put a lot of time in this house, and they're just not ready to hand it over to just anybody. So getting back to it, we really like to spend a lot of time in the office here, getting down to what you guys really need. And then the last part of the consultation is to meet with one of our vendors. And one of our vendors, what I mean by that, is our lender. Because in this market right now, if you do decide to go out and look at homes and you find one that you like and you go to write an offer, the banks and the sellers aren't looking at offers unless you're pre-approved with the lender. So what we're finding in this market is there's a lot of properties that may come on the MLS on Monday and come around Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, it's already gone. They've had 5 offers. It got bid up a little bit because it was 25% under market value. And by the time that you saw it on Monday, we contacted the lender on Tuesday. You got pre-approved maybe Wednesday or Thursday. We submitted the offer Friday. You've already passed it by 2 days. It's already been accepted by the bank, and now we're waiting for another offer. So we really coach our clients to really meet with that lender up front. Let's get the LSR, the loan status, loan status approval, and let's get that in our file. That way, when we do find the property that you want, we're ready to write the offer. We pull out the LSR and we go with it. And but LSR stands for loan status report. I got it mixed up a little bit, got tongue tied, but it's basically a lender stating that they've been through the pre-qualification stages with the buyer and that everything looks good on their side, and that up front you're pre-qualified to buy a home. Now, there's a lot of factors that could come up and that may dequalify you from the purchase, but up front with the LSR, it's basically letting the seller know that the buyer has met with a lender and has taken the initial steps to get pre-qualified, rather than somebody that just showed up today, they're going to go meet with the lender tomorrow, and they really haven't got the process down or put the right pieces in place in order to get a property. So, but that's basically it. I'm going to cut it off here, and but we really want to hammer home that we like to do the buyer consultations in-house. In the past, I mean, we've done them in the car on the way out to look at the first property, but between driving and getting to know the client and talking about properties and trying to focus on the road and not kill anybody, it's very hard to really dig down and learn who we are. You guys learn who we are, and at the same time, us get a feel for who we're working with. Because at the same time, not only are you going to be hiring us, but we need to make sure that we feel that this is going to be a good relationship, and we have we set the right expectations for you from the beginning, so down the road we're not failing you. Because right now, I mean, I tell my agents that I'd rather turn you down now than fail you later, and that's just the way it is. For me to come to you and tell you that I can't find you what you're looking for would break our heart, and I'd like to do that up front, get it all out on the table, and hopefully we can have a great transaction. But if I missed anything, or if you guys got any questions about how we handle buyers versus short sale and REO and traditional sales, reach out below, send us an email, or give us a call, and we'll get back to you guys. But thanks at Arizona Short Sale TV. Take care.